It's a new week in the Crew Motorfest and a new month, and we have a new theme. This week's theme is Shmee150 TagTeam ThatDudeInBlue, and this is the new summit guide. Let's go. All right, before we get into this one, shout out to Simgii, like always, for helping out with the shortcuts and the lines for this particular summit. Go check out his channel. The link is in the description down below. All right, let's get into the cars. First, the summit bundle will give you the Toyota Supra A80 and the Aston Martin V8 Vantage, both of those street cars. You're going to need a few additional vehicles for this one as well. I recommend the Nissan GTR Haru Edition and the Nissan GTR R34 Black Panther Edition. If you don't have the Black Panther Edition, I know that was a summit car, you can use the regular R34. There's also the S2000 Kamehara Edition. Both of those cars will do pretty well. I also recommend the Liberty Walk Supra as well. And then you're going to need a boat with Scorebreaker, Skilled, and Pure, and the RB14 Disruption Edition with Scorebreaker, Skilled, and Pure, and then a drag car with Nitro Chem, Pure, and Frenetic. Those are the set bonuses and the affixes that you want for those three. Those are going to be your Feats cars. All right, the keys to this summit are the shortcuts. There's a couple of races with pretty decent shortcuts in them, and then you have a couple of track races that are going to require some clean lines. So shortcuts and clean lines on this one. All right, here are the pro settings for you. All right, the first event is called ThatDudeInBlue Feature. Now, this is a race we've done a lot on the channel, so my tips here are going to be repeats of last week. I believe we did this last week as well. But on this last straight, before you get to the finish, you need to be blasting your NOS. You want to try to get over 200 miles per hour. You can do that by shifting into 5th and 6th a little bit early, and then just keep holding the NOS. As you can see here, going into my second lap, I was able to hit 217 before the finish line. Again, try to get above 200 miles an hour, above 210 if you can, but you don't want to use all of your NOS because your NOS management is important on this, and you want to have enough NOS for the back straight. Anyways, here is my second lap. This corner, I start to drift. Now, I drift into this early, and I'm probably going to hit this wall. I can't remember if I do on this one or not, but it slows you down around this corner enough to take the following left-hand corner, and it's faster to drift it than it is to slow down and gutter it. So notice I hit the wall. I'm in third. It's a little slower than I would have wanted to, but it's because I hit the wall. If I would have started my drift just a little earlier, we could have made that a little nicer, but this is still faster than gripping it. Accelerate around this. Be patient with NOS. 4th, 5th early, into 6th. That's how you're going to want to do that. You can actually shift to 6th a little bit earlier as well. I use a little NOS tap there, but you don't want to use a lot because you want a full tank when you turn this corner. This is a 4th gear turn. And then you blast it. Shift into 6th a little early. I didn't do it on this one. I need to. Notice the difference between those two laps. In the previous lap, I hit the finish line at 217. This one's only 208. It's because I waited to shift into 6th. I can definitely clean this up and get a faster time if I'm consistent with the NOS. All right, let's move on. All right, the next event is called House of ThatDudeInBlue. And for this one, we're going to be using the Liberty Walk Supra. Now, this one is pretty tricky. There's a couple of spots that you need to pay attention to. And we'll just take it from the beginning here. It starts with this first corner. Now, for me, I had better success staying to the right of the AI here. For some reason, it gets a little bit clogged in the middle. And this first turn is not too bad anyways. Stay on the right side of the flag and then just control your speed going through here. You can cut this flag to the right really, really hard. So stay to the right of that flag. It'll help you with your, it'll help you lining up that next left corner. You're going to need to control speed going into this one as well. I take this in 5th. This is where it gets tricky. On this jump, a lot of air NOS, a lot, but don't overshoot the checkpoint. You can actually go too far if you have enough NOS. Same thing here, a little bit of air NOS for you. And then I would recommend downshifting hard and braking before you jump down to control your speed before you get to that checkpoint. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the wall. Now this next one is the same thing. Don't blow all of your NOS on this first jump. Wait till you hit the dome. Then blow all of the NOS. You can get to 240 in the air there. Now, this one, not recommended. I tagged the building a little bit there. You can tell that my angle was a little bit off going into this jump. So like, you want to be... I'm already pointing towards the building. You want to be almost directly straight with this arrow right here and going in the straight direction to line up with this street. It worked out for me because it put me in a very good position to take the next left-hander, but I wouldn't recommend this. Not that great. This one you can cut to the right. Now this cut up here is important. Make sure you're going underneath this pillar. The right pillar right here on the right side, go between that and the building. It looks tight, but it's actually really nice and it opens up really good. Just this pillar is going to be the thing that you're looking for when you're making that turn. Allows you to keep a lot more speed there. Control speed going through here. Cut to the right of this wall and hit the checkpoint. It's the left of the wall, but cut to the right. Again, air NOS. But don't do it too much because you want to control your speed after you jump down here. You can cut these flags. Just stay to the left of those flags on both of them. And the same thing on this one. You can kind of cut to the right of the flag if you need to. I think that's pretty much it for the rest of the race. Let me fast forward just be sure. Oh, nope. I did miss one. There is a cut right here. Cut to the right of this flag. And go across the grass to get up the hill. Try to avoid that pole though. Don't hit that. You can use the gutter here as well on this turn. It's a very tight turn. I kind of messed it up, but do it kind of like that. Not too bad. 301. There you go. All right, the next event is called ThatDudeInBlue x Shmee150, and this is the Scotto versus Scotto from the Hoonigan playlist. It's pretty simplistic. It's pretty straightforward. A few gutter turns and a couple of cuts, and that's it. This first cut is going to be at this first corner. You're going to do a little bit of a drift in this cut. So here we go. Drift right here on the corner. And then go straight towards the checkpoint and reset when you get there. Now fast forward until we get to some of the other turns. All right, this next part, you're going to cut straight towards the checkpoint, stay to the left of the flag, and then turn left in the dirt a little bit because the road kind of curves to the left. So that's your cut there. And that's actually the last cut. The other thing you need to know is you want to try to stay in the gutters on the hill coming up to that straight. So just try to be in the gutter over and over again and you'll get a decent score. This one was okay. I think I ran a 29, which is it's fine. I think I can do better. And there's a few spots that I just was a little bit sloppy, like that gutter there. This one was fine. I could have taken it faster had I hit the gutter correctly. And that's about it. So let's move on. All right, the next event is called Shmee150 Feature. And for this one, we're going to take a look at the third lap. And I'm in the Nissan GTR R35 Haru edition. For this one, entering the third lap or entering the second lap, you should be at full speed here in 6th gear going into the final checkpoint or the finish line. Once you pass the finish line, you're going to want to cut to the left. There's a little bit of space between the track and the wall that you can ride in that is not grass. It's actually pavement. Check this out. So get wide to the left, then downshift to 4th to take the corner. This is probably the cleanest I took the corner the entire race. That's how you want to do it. On this one, it's a gutter turn. I didn't do it very well, but you can see how that works. Then when you get to this straight, blast the NOS here before you get to this turn. This is a full speed turn. You don't have to worry about braking there. Make sure you're above 230 on that straight. Now this turn is very tricky. It's a heavy braking. Downshifting really does help. I go all the way to 3rd for this one. I'm braking that entire time. I really want to hit that gutter, but I missed it. And you can NOS out of it. This car accepts NOS very well. It's got a lot of grip. This is a 4th gear turn. And then NOS early. The car has lots of grip. You can NOS early. Remember that. I also upshifted to 5th a little bit early there because That helps the car go when you're in the NOS. You can just upshift if you're going to NOS early like that. These corners are pretty self-explanatory, but we are going to finish out the full lap for you. Again, watch this upshift early into 6th, and then NOS. Back down into 4th for this corner. You can actually gutter that corner. I just missed it. And then you're going to want to gutter this corner in 3rd. If you're in automatic, just do your best to brake and control your speed. I always give you the gear that I like to be in. Again, gutter on this corner, because I feel like it actually helps with your downshifting. It actually helps, with your engine braking, and that's what you want to do. Again, get into 6th early. You'll get above 230 on that straight. And a 35 is actually not bad. I think the record right now is a 31 or 32. Can't remember. Anyways, let's move on. All right, the next event is called House of Shmee, and this one is pretty long, so we're not going to go through the entire race. I'm just going to hit the shortcuts that I know to be there, and one of them actually starts right here at the beginning. You're going to cut right across the grass here at 0%-ish. This is a race that we've done a few times in the summit, and this is one that everybody kind of hates and usually complains about. Anyway, that's the first cut. Let's fast forward. All right, at 19%, you're going to cut to the left, go under this tree, use air NOS right there, stay to the right a little bit more, and you can use this to reset on the other side of this bank. I know, it's wacky, but it is what it is. It gets crazier. Use this gutter, go up the hill, stay to the left of this pillar. Again, anytime the car jumps, use the air NOS. I really didn't want to hit those trees because it slowed me down a little bit, but reset when you jump off the cliff. Cut to the left of the barrier. And then try to avoid this pole. I did it terribly. You can actually hit air NOS and land on this track straight. I didn't. Cut left again. I hit the board. Didn't want to, but anyways, this is all about just survival. You can try to do it fast, but I would recommend just trying not to hit a tree there. Cut to the right of the building, right of this flag, and you're back on track. All right, let's fast forward. Now this turn coming up onto this bridge at 47%, you can either slow down and take it. I chose to drift it. It worked out pretty well, but this is one of those ones where you cut the grass before and after the bridge. Not too bad. Cut again on the grass after the bridge. All right, fast forward. All right, now I want to warn you on this one. At 70%, you've got a right-hander. It is way sharper than you think. And on stream, I actually did this exact same thing, and I did it again on this clip. But because I got an okay time, I just left it. But I think this can definitely be improved. Do not fall off into the beach here. Make sure you hit this gutter and curve around to the right. You're going to save a lot more time. I went through the water and the beach. I hit this tree over here. I mean, it really is just not optimal. You don't want to do that. But when you get over this bridge here, you do want to cut to the left. Again, didn't do it very well, but it is possible to do. Then the following turn, which is at 79%, you're going to cut left again. And then there's one more cut, and I'll show you the thing that you're looking for are these flags. See this? That's the last flag. I'm going to back up real quick because there's a row of flags here, and you'll see on the minimap how the road kind of leaves a lot of space here on the beach. So you'll cut across the beach. That last flag is your cue. You want to go to the left of that last flag. Just like this. I hit the flag, but go to the left of it. It's better. This corner here, you can actually cut. I went a little bit wide, but you got to pay attention to these 3 palm trees there. They will get in the way. I think that's pretty much it, but let me fast forward to see if there's anything more. Yep, that was it. And you're home free. And the last event is called Shmee150 TagTeam. And for this one, we're going to show the second full lap on this race. I feel like this was the cleanest lap of the 3 that I did. And there's a few different cuts and pieces of advice that I'm going to give you, including a nice little wall tap later on in the video. And that one was thanks to Simgii. All right, let's get it. So this is where the race starts. On this first corner, I take it in 4th. You can cut to the right of the flag. I didn't. and that caused me to lose traction. I just wanted to show that to you. This one's third gear. Cut to the right of the flag again. See how much you can actually skip that? It almost gave me the missed checkpoint thing, but it didn't. Now, this is an important part here with this airplane. You want to stay as close to the airplane as possible because there's a little lip at the beginning of this like deck here where the airplane sits, where it makes your car jump, and then you'll end up all the way in the right side wall. Stay close. The car barely jumps. You're going to keep turning and go to the left of the flag. See how it jumps a little bit anyway? I almost hit that wall. If it jumped any more, I would have. Now on this part, let's back up just a little bit. Once you're done with the airplane cut, you want to get to 6th gear and NOS as soon as possible. You want to get up to 170, 180, actually as fast as you can go, but try to get it over 170 and then stop using your NOS because you're just going to be wasting it on this really hard corner. So there's an exclamation point sign here. That's where you want to wall tap. You go full speed into it, downshift into 4th. It slows you down perfectly to take that corner. Now on this one, you're going to cut to the left of the flag, across this parking lot, go straight through this checkpoint and go around the building and reset when you get to this flag. And that's pretty much it. This one, just take it, you know, cautiously. Watch out for the stairs on the other side of that water tank, and you're good to go. All right, and for the feats, we're gonna let them play out in full so you can see how terrible I did and how good the scores are, even though I did terrible. All right, here are my final scores. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this summit guide or literally any video on my channel, make sure you drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer everything I can. However, DMs are better. If it's a really important question, send it through on the DMs. I can't always get to it right away, but I will answer. I read every single DM personally, and I do respond. So on Instagram or Discord, send me a DM. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you with the summit, and we'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.